Fair Isle Ford is proud to present Isles Radio. Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
Summer ended.
Hi, it's Sean Casey, your Member of Parliament for Charlottetown. These are trying times for all Canadians. Thank you to everyone who is doing their part to keep Prince Edward Island and Charlottetown safe. A special shout out to all healthcare and other essential workers who put themselves on the front line for us each and every day. Call my office at 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
The compliments keep coming for the 2020 Lincoln lineup. Forbes says the Aviator is the best vehicle Lincoln has ever produced. And Auto Trader says the Nautilus is a fashion-forward luxury machine. Right now, there's even more reason to rave with 0% APR purchase financing on select new 2020 vehicles for up to 60 months. And thoughtful experiences like Lincoln pickup and delivery. For details, visit fairislelincoln.ca or visit us in Charlottetown today.
Your patience has paid off. You've been waiting, asking, wondering when the Charlottetown Islanders team store will open. The answer is now. That's right. The Charlottetown Islanders team store is open again. Now is your chance to grab some new swag and support your Islanders all season long. Head in and see what's new. Drop in Monday to Friday from 10 to 4 to grab the latest Islanders gear to show your support. The Charlottetown Islanders team store is open again. See you soon.
shutout away from tying the all-time
Fair Isle Ford is proud to present Isles Radio.
Here tonight, a Halifax native who played with the Gulls and the Max growing up, and a player they've had some success against this season, grabbing 2 wins and an 0-2 loss. Between the players of number 190, that is an all-time franchise record. He recently surpassed Jackson Valley's mark of 187 a couple of weeks back. On the injury front, Attilio Biasca remains out for the Mooseheads, missing his 3rd game with a lower body injury. He is back skating with the club, hoping to make a return very soon. But 3 sets after yesterday's match, it was determined that he will miss number 11. The Islanders are here again. Let's beat them this time. For the Scotiabank Mooseheads, I'm Scott McIntosh.
The on-ice officials for tonight's game are the linesmen, number 78, Brett Boyce, and number 82, Sam Curry. And the referees, number 20, Jeff Hopkins, and number 36, Steven Starzomski. Tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Charlottetown Islanders. In goal, number 35, Jacob Agubi. On defense, number 5, Braden Virtue. And number 29, Sean Stewart. The forwards, number 12, Kieran Gillette. Number 23, Zachary Beauregard. And number 24, Drew Elliott. The head coach for the Charlottetown Islanders is Jim Holton. Scotiabank Center is committed to keeping you safe. As a reminder, please actively wear your mask at all times, except when you're eating or drinking. Make sure to stay in your zone. Use your designated concessions area and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. I've been more than ready, prepping heavy for this day to come. Bet that if you let me keep it steady, you gon' know who won. I don't take it easy, nothing easy, except for giving up. I don't do no way except these weights that I've been lifting up. Got no fear in my body, no, I don't need nobody. I know everything that got me in, so now nothing can stop me. I just rock and work. Yeah, yeah, you know the motto. You know we going hard, 'cause we might never see tomorrow. I kept my eye on the face and got real from it. That's the real motivation, some people kill for it. I keep reaching for greatness because I'm built from it. Here we go, give it 100, never nothing less. Here we go, we coming, you already know the rest. Here we go, we never settle 'cause we know it best. Here we go, who wanna attack? Leave you out of. Here we go, give it 100, never nothing less. Here we go, we coming, you already know the rest. Here we go, we never settle 'cause we know it best. Here we go, who wanna attack? Leave you out of.
Hey, Moose Country! Let's hear it for the Beast of the East, your Halifax Mooseheads! And now, the East Link starting lineup for your Halifax Mooseheads. In goal, number 1, Alex Gravel. On defense, number 28, Stephen Davis. And number 79, Jason Horvath. The forwards, number 6, Marcus Vidicek. Number 11, Jordan Dume. And number 78, Liam Payton. We ask that you now please rise, if you're able to, remove your headwear, and join the Mooseheads' own Peter Bayless for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand embrasser, porter la paix, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Go, Moose, go!
Well, live from downtown Halifax, and for the 11th time this year, the Mooseheads and Charlottetown Islanders set to do battle. Alex Gravel getting the start in goal in this one for the Mooseheads. The overage netminder coming into this game with a 4-4-1-1 record, an .884 save percentage, 389 goals against average. Upper 10 talents, Jacob Gooby down at the other end of the rink. He will be starting for Charlottetown here this evening. Gooby here in his sophomore campaign, 5-3 on the year, 314 goals against average, and an .880 save percentage. Season series has not been kind to the Mooseheads. They are 2-8 this year against the Q's top team. Marcus Vidicek starting this game up front for the Mooseheads, flanked by Jordan Dume and Liam Payton, Jason Horvat, Stephen Davis on the back end for the Mooseheads, and some sandpaper up front for Charlottetown, as we sometimes see Zach Beauregard centering Kieran Gallant and Drew Elliott. It's Braden Virtue and Sean Stewart on the blue line here for the Islanders. As former Islander Liam Payton throws his weight around down in the Islanders' end. Charlottetown breaking out up ice, and a shot fired wide of the Mooseheads net, picked up now and flipped up ahead by Payton. He will work it out to neutral ice, and following up after a little bump there on Beauregard as Dume presses. Vidicek trying to help out, but that puck cleared out to center, and Davis on it here for the Mooseheads. Will slide it over for his partner Horvat, back to Davis, a pass up the middle. That was picked off by Kieran Gallant, and he'll turn it over out at center as well as Desnoyers busts in, lets a shot go, and that was off the stick of Virtue, up and out of play, and then an extra shot there after the whistle. Virtue laying the body on Elliot Desnoyers, and he'll take exception to that. Little pushback there from Desnoyers, and he'll try to plead his case with the officials. Steven Starzopski and Jeff Hopkins, the referees here tonight. Sam Curry and Brett Boyce, the linesmen, as Desnoyers centering this top line for the Mooseheads. Offensive zone drawn off the faceoff. That puck pulled back there. LaRue got a little piece of it, banked it off the boards. It ends up back down to the Mooseheads end. And Why Not is on it for Halifax. He'll play it out for LaRue. Flipped up ahead, and now Orr comes in down the right wing side. Pulled up, try to shake Cormier. And Cormier with a little cross check to the lower back as the Mooseheads trying to get something going here. Applying some pressure now. Zach LaRue, a little poke, trying to knock it off the stick of Noah Lowen. He's on it for the Islanders. He'll hand that one off to Cormier. Back now for Noah Lowen. Pass up the right wing side. Thomas Casey will tip it down into the Mooseheads end as Barron plays it off the end boards for his partner. Why Not up the left wing to Swan, and he had that poked away. Thomas Casey with it now. A centering feed in front, and Gravel sliding over to get a piece of that one as the Charlottetown Islanders were looking to go to work. Patrick LeBlanc down there around the crease of Alex Gravel, trying to sniff out a loose puck. Budge will just kind of throw it toward the front of the net. Cam Wynot getting a little piece of it on the way through as it popped out toward LeBlanc. Gravel freezing that puck, and that leads to a face-off to his right. Jones lining up for it. He'll win that one. Furlong now playing it up the left wing to Swan. He'll hand it off for Robinson, off the boards and out to center. James Swan on it for the Mooseheads. He'll dump it in, gives chase after it, gets roughed up back there, and the Islanders will scoop it up. It's sent off the boards and out to neutral ice. Plantowski jumps up into the play, dishing off there for LeBlanc, bouncing puck down toward the corner. He'll get a little bit of help here from Patrick Gay, who slides it back toward the line. Trudeau snapping a shot. That is sent wide of the net. Back up top for Trudeau. Lets a shot go, and Gravel will shut the door right there, makes the save, and hangs on to it. William Trudeau, former Drummondville Voltigeur, came over in the P.O. Joseph trade. Cedric Desrousseau, the centerpiece in that one, and Desrousseau making his way out on the ice right now. He is the Q's leading scorer, 25 games. He's got 51 points on the year. Bad news for the Mooseheads, 24 of those points coming in the 10 games that these two teams have faced off. There's a shot right on. Gravel gets a piece of it to send it wide of the Mooseheads cage. Kyle Pettin trying to poke it away from Tremblay at the line. He'll get some help now from Elliot Danoyer. Fired in. And Gooby out of his net to play it. Pressed down there. Able to make a play as Boyd has it. He'll play it back for Tremblay. Around for Sean Stewart. Sean Stewart a pass up the left wing. And one punch down into the Mooseheads end. Boyd will force it in deep. The Moose looking to break out. Davis a pass up the right wing. Vinicek will carry it out this center. He's got the red line, dumps it in, and now gives chase after it. Takes a hit down there with his back turned from Noah Lowen, who knocked him over. And the Islanders back in possession. They'll gain the Mooseheads line. Cormier getting roughed up by the rookie Jake Furlong, who's able to get that puck back. Vinicek trying to work it toward the middle for Payton. It was poked over, and Robinson will force it in as he takes a hit just inside the Islanders' blue line. Charlottetown back in control as Beauregard banks it off the boards. It was knocked down out at center by Furlong, and a little collision out there as Liam Payton and Zach Beauregard collided. Loose puck, Gallant on it. Carries it in, lost an edge, able to swing it back now for Trudeau down toward the corner. Stood up down there by Robinson as it comes around the boards. Furlong again, pretty physical on this shift. As Robinson gets it back for the Mooseheads. He'll carry it up toward his own blue line, flips it out to center, bouncing puck, and that is an icing charge to the Mooseheads with 4 minutes and 3 seconds gone here in period number one. No score at the Scotiabank Center. Mooseheads with their first game since February 26th, a 3-2 victory over the Cape Breton Eagles. 3 goals for the Moose in that one. All 3 of those goals coming in the third period, I should say. Off of this face-off, puck flipped out to center. It's going to bounce down into Islanders territory. Plantowski's there. He'll work it rink wide for Trudeau, and Elliot Danoyer back behind the play to have kind of caught up there along the boards, and he's kind of struggling to make his way off the ice, and that is certainly not what the Moose want to see. Trudeau lets a shot go. He scores. William Trudeau rips that one on net, and he's going to give the Islanders an early lead here, just 4.5 minutes in the first period. Elliot Danoyer on that sequence. He was in all kinds of trouble trying to make his way off the ice. He was caught back behind the play, banged up, making his way off pretty gingerly there. And then Trudeau picking it up in the high slot, rips his shot. That will beat Alex Gravel, and Charlottetown Islanders up 1-0 here thanks to William Trudeau's 7th of the season. Off this face-off, Braden Virtue playing it over for Stewart. Back to Virtue. He'll circle inside his own blue line. Virtue slows it down and now plays it up the right wing for Peach. Bailey Peach up and over center. Flipped it toward the Mooseheads line. That was Knocked down. Now the Moose in transition here, but was broken up at center ice and taken back the other way, ripped toward the net. That puck stopped by Gravel as Bailey Peach made his way down the left wing side. Peach coming over to the Charlottetown Islanders during the trade period in a deal with the Sherbrooke Phoenix. Peach was originally a first-round pick of the Phoenix back in 2017. So a face-off here to Alex Gravel's right. Zach Jones lining up against rookie Sam Oliver. Oliver will get waved out. Thomas Casey second in the Q scoring race behind only his teammate Cedric Desrousseaux in there to take that draw in place of him. And that face-off puck comes around the boards. Casey with a bump on Furlong. Robinson battling down here in the corner for the Mooseheads. It's over to Furlong off the glass. Lowen trying to hold the line and jumping up from the play here. Robinson, he'll carry it in down the right wing side. Throws it toward the net. That was off of Gooby and pops right into the stick of Oliver. He'll play it up ice now for Thomas Casey. Flips it over. A little pass at the blue line. That results in an offside. We get a whistle here. 5.5 minutes down in this opening frame. Talked about the 11-day hiatus for the Mooseheads. It was a 10-day hiatus for the Charlottetown Islanders. Certainly nothing compared to what the teams in New Brunswick have gone through lately. 109 days since last time a team from New Brunswick suited up. And that little trend stops here tonight with the game in Bathurst. The Sea Dogs and Titan facing off. We'll talk more about that throughout the broadcast as Landon Myron carries it up toward the blue line. He'll flip it up ahead. Kyle Pettin punches it in. Gooby out of his net to play it. He'll hand it off for Plandowski up the right wing. Kieran Gallant will carry out through center. Gets over the red line. Dumps it in. Elliott hard after it here for Charlottetown. Takes a pretty good bump down there in the corner from Pettin. The Moose trying to work it rink wide. That pass intended for Davis. Knocked down. Horvat getting it back, though, for the Mooseheads. He'll play it up ahead. Myron toward the middle. He'll rip it wide, and Tremblay picks up the loose puck. He'll bank it off the boards and out to center. Islanders gaining the zone, but Justin Barron able to break that up for the Mooseheads. Now back up ice. The Moose attack. Payton high slot with it. Can't get the shot off. Works it back to Horvat. He'll play it down the wall for Vidicek. Vidicek trying to protect that puck as it comes around the boards, got knocked off of his stick. The battle ensues along the half wall, and Brett Budgel able to fish it loose for Charlottetown. He'll get it up and over the red line, dumps it in. Why not? Back to retrieve it here for the Mooseheads. Drops that one off, and now an outlet pass up the left wing, and Elliott Desnoyers back out there for the Herd, and that is certainly a good sight for the Mooseheads. Lowen on it inside his own line, trying to work it back there for his partner Cormier. And that pass not quite connecting for the Islanders. Now Charlottetown able to get it out to neutral ice, and LaRue trying to punch it back in, but he lost the handle on that one as the Islanders will force it down into Mooseheads territory. Short pass there from LeBlanc off his skate, and now Wynot will scoop it up for the Mooseheads. Hands it off there for Desnoyers, and it's dumped down into the Islanders' end as Orr and LaRue attack. Trying to hunt that puck, but the Islanders winning the race, and they will clear it out to neutral ice. And they'll allow on a pass up the left wing. And that one dumped down into the Mooseheads' end. Swan on it for Halifax, trying to play it cross ice there for Robinson. That pass missing its mark. Robinson picking it up over for Furlong, and that one chipped down into Islanders territory. Gooby out of his net to play it, and that was almost trouble for Charlottetown as Gooby kind of turned that one over, but the Moose couldn't quite settle it down. Elliott will take it back now for Charlottetown toward the net, and that was knocked aside by Alex Gravel as it's carried up ahead by Peters. Left there for Swan, up and over the line. He'll fire a shot right on. That was knocked away by Jacob Gooby. And William Trudeau, who's got the Islanders on top, they lead 1-0. He'll carry it all the way down into the Mooseheads end, sends it around the boards. William Payton battling here for the Mooseheads along the half wall on the near side as it comes loose for Vinicek. A pass up the right wing. Jordan Dumais turning on the Jets. He'll try to center it. That didn't quite connect. Now Horvat trying to force it back down low. Dumais picks it up. Nice little pass out front. Vinicek a shot knocked aside there by Gooby. It comes back to the line. Davis over to Horvat. He'll lob one on that, and that is stopped by the Islanders netminder. 10:46 to go in the first. Islanders on top 1-0. We'll take a break. You're listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7.
There's a shot. Islanders score!
Hi, this is Sean Casey, your MP for Charlottetown. Our federal government is working hard to make sure we have your back during this epic challenge. We'll block shots and keep digging so you can reach your goals. Call for information on programs and services supporting all Charlottetown Islanders.
Call 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
Experience is here. TiVo is like your personal.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
Make suggestions you'll love. Spend less time searching and more time watching. That's the Eastlink Edge.
Your heart says live for today, but your head says save for tomorrow. With Advice Plus, we can help you balance both. It all starts with a simple conversation. Advice Plus, only from Scotiabank. You are ahead by a century.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7. Gareth McDonald back with you live from the Scotiabank Center in downtown Halifax. Mooseheads trailing the Islanders 1-0. William Trudeau with the lone goal in this game so far. Mooseheads will chip it down into the Islanders end. That was off the stick of Orris. Denoyer gives chase after it. Puck will bounce out toward Jacob Gooby, and he won't take any chances right there. Covers that one up, and he'll hang on to it as we approach the midway point of period number 1. 10:25 to go in this one. And the top line for the Moose remaining out there. Denoyer flanked by Leroux and Orr. It's Barron and Wynot on the blue line as Leroux will work it back to Barron. Lets a shot go, and that is off the post. I mean, it kind of been a crossbar too. It may have been right up around the elbow of the net right there. Pretty good shot right off of that face-off. Again, Barron, the Mooseheads captain, had Gooby beat, but he cannot beat the iron. So Barron and Wynot will head off. They'll be replaced by Horvat and Davis. And line one remaining out there. Denoyer lining up against Patrick Gay. Gay winning that face-off, and now Peach will play it toward the middle for Gay. He'll carry this one in right down the middle of the ice. Let a shot going off a shin pad and wide as Orr trying to work this one out. Orr back on it. He will work it around the boards, and that one sent up ahead for Denoyer on the back end, and he's stopped by Gooby. Denoyer back on it, able to work it loose here for Orr. Up top to Horvat. Horvat kind of got tripped up there by LeBlanc, and we will see our first power play of the evening. It's going to go the Halifax Mooseheads. So a man advantage for the Moose when we come back. They trail 1-0. You're listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.
Hockey this year, and for you guys to be able to watch us, we all need to be on the same team and wear
Peter
our
Norton
masks.
from Norton's Jewelers here.
Masks must be
Myself,
worn at all
my son
times in the
Craig, and our
Scotiabank
team
Center,
are
except
proud
for
to be your local neighborhood jewelers. As people who are born and raised on the island, we know the importance of local. We shop local, eat local, and give locally. We encourage you to do the same and continue to support your community by connecting and buying from local business owners like myself and others. We're happy Norton's Jewelers is open, and we look forward to seeing you to help you add another chapter to your love story with the perfect piece of jewelry.
Norton's Jewelers.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
For us to play the game we both love. Thank you for wearing your mask and being a part of our team.
Moose 95-7. Mooseheads on a power play. They'll control off the draw. Jordan Dume, right point, plays it down with a corner to Orr. He got roughed up there and knocked over. And the Islanders will clear it away after allowing bowled over Orr down in the Charlottetown end. And now out of the Moosehead zone, it's going to be carried up ice by Horvath. Steered that one in, delayed offside as the Islanders will clear it away. Dume back to pick it up inside his own blue line. To hand that one off. Vidicek couldn't pick up that pass, and Elliott will fire it right back in as Gravel comes out to play, and he sends it up the boards, and nobody there for the Moose. Lowen racing over, and he'll force it back in deep as Gravel out of his net once again to play it. Drops it off back there for Zach LaRue. He will leave it in turn for Jason Horvath as the Mooseheads trying to get organized here on this power play, and it's been a tough start so far. Puck slid back by Justin Barron. That little drop pass that didn't quite connect for the Moose. Desnoyers on it. He will dump it in. And Gooby with a real good clear right there as he came out of his net to play that one. And he'll fire it all the way down the ice. Now Justin Barron winds up. A little pass at the blue line, and that will result in an offside. 41 seconds left on this Mooseheads power play. It has been a tough start on the man advantage for the Moose, who trail 1-0 in this hockey game. Only goal coming from William Trudeau is 7th. Thomas Casey with the lone assist on that when it came 4.5 minutes in. The Islanders win this face-off, and they will again fire it down ice. Mooseheads power play pretty good in the last couple of games heading into the pause, but as I said, this has been a pretty rough start here. Elliott Desnoyers will punch it in down the right wing, tries to work it back, and Moose will keep it on side. Over to Wynot, a shot, and a good block by Trudeau. Right back to Wynot. He'll hand this one off up top. Barron lets it go, and it's going to be redirected off the stick of Zach Beauregard up and out of play. 7:51 remaining in this opening frame. 10 seconds left on the Mooseheads power play. Mooseheads power play now 15.8%. As I said, the last couple of games, it's been particularly good. They went 2 for 6 in the man advantage in that 3-2 win over the Cape Breton Eagles in February 26th at Center 200. They were 2 for 4 a few nights earlier on February 23rd, 4-3 overtime win over the Eagles. And Mooseheads winning the face-off. Sent Peters high slot. He will hand it off now for Wynot. He tried to drop it off for Peters, who gets tripped up, but he keeps it on side. Wynot turning it over. It's going to be flipped up ahead out of the penalty box there. Patrick LeBlanc came racing, but couldn't quite get to that in time as it rolls down toward Gravel, who will cover it up with 7:33 to go in this opening period. Shots on goal 6-5 in favor of the Islanders. Cedric Desrousseaux out here with Brett Budgell and Thomas Casey, the 3 highest scoring forwards on this Charlottetown Islanders team. Lucas Cormier on the back end, and he'll fire a shot right off that draw. Now Budgell behind the net, little centering pass out front. They score. Cedric Desrousseaux at the side of the goal. Little tricky play right there, and Islanders knew exactly what they were doing on that one. And Cedric Desrousseaux, the Q's leading scorer, well, he has got another goal here tonight. He has been on fire. 29 goals now on the season for Cedric Desrousseaux. Took that nifty little feed at the side of the net. The Mooseheads say bit on that one. Brett Budgell and kind of faked like he was going behind. Desrousseaux going right to the side of the net, and he gets it past Gravel. So the Islanders up 2-0 now. Over 7 minutes left, a little over 7 to go in this opening frame. Drew Elliott turning that one over to Furlong. Now Patton will take a bump there from Elliott as he comes down over the corner for Noah Lowen. Landon Myron pressing. Gonna hand that one off, bouncing puck. Petton's back on it, lets a shot go, and it's knocked wide there. Robitaille applying some pressure. Robitaille centering this line. We've seen a lot of Robitaille on the wing at center tonight between Myron and Kyle Pettinas. Mooseheads trying to go to work. Robitaille dishing off for Myron. He'll shovel it rink wide. Furlong pitching in there. Works it down over the corner. Robitaille roughed up. Got spilled there by Noah Lowen. The Islanders' Elliott able to send it off the glass and out to center. Myron picks it up and he'll fire it right back in for the Mooseheads. Both teams trying to get some fresh legs on the ice. The puck tipped down into Mooseheads territory. Justin Barron heading after if the Moose worked it around for Wynot up ahead to Sena Peters. A turnover. Peaches on it. We'll fire it back down behind the Mooseheads goal. Gravel out of his net to play it. Launches it up the right wing side, and that puck will carry him back down into Islanders territory. Oscar Blandowski over for his partner Trudeau. William Trudeau opened the scoring for Charlottetown in this one. He worked one up the left wing side, though. A turnover out at center, and Mooseheads will try to settle things down. Sena Peters back into his own end now for Wynot. Partner pass for Barron. Barron, a good feed up ahead to spot Zach Jones. Jones trying to shake Blandowski as Blandowski's got him pinned up down in the Islanders' corner. In to help out is Swan trying to knock it loose. It does come free, but it's right onto the stick of Trudeau, who skates it up ahead. He's over center, trying to play that one down into the Mooseheads end. Hit a player on the bench, so we get a whistle with just over 5 to go. Islanders lead 2-0.
Subway Shuffle. Get your phone out, open up the CHL app, and get ready to play along.
A new online mental health resource is now available to Islanders. It's called Bridge the Gap, and it's part service directory, part knowledge hub, and the go-to resource for mental health and substance use information and support for all ages. You can browse programs, connect with local clinicians, and find peer support anytime, anywhere. And the best part, Bridge the Gap is absolutely free to use. Visit pei.bridgethegap.ca to learn more. That's GAP with 2 P's. This ad paid for by the Government of Prince Edward Island with funding support from Canada Health Infoway.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
You've won a $10 Subway gift card that can be picked up from the Moosehead shop in Scotia Square. Subway, eat fresh.
.5-7, Gareth McDonald back with you live from the Scotiabank Center. 5:10 left here in period number 1. Islanders lead the Mooseheads 2-0. And Charlottetown looking to dump that one down into the Halifax end. It ends up out of play, so a face-off coming up. It will be right at center ice. Islanders with goals from William Trudeau and Cedric Desrousseaux. Desrousseaux with his 29th. Brett Budgell and Thomas Casey with the helpers on that marker as Tremblay turned it over to Vidicek, who kind of knifed that one right back into the Islanders end. Tremblay was right on it as he handed it off for Virtue. Pass out to center off a leg, bounces over to Elliott. He'll dump it in. Horvat tripped up back down behind the Mooseheads net. Did not like that very much, and the legs taken out from underneath them by Beauregard. Now it's worked out to center for Vidicek. Virtue will strip that away. Lays it rink wide. Islanders taking their time now as they set up back in their own end. Tremblay, a pass launched up the middle off the stick of Gallant. He's going to tip that one down into the Mooseheads end. Didn't quite have center though, so it's an icing call to Charlottetown. 4:16 left in this opening frame. Coming up during our first intermission, we will chat with Moncton Wildcats play-by-play broadcaster Tim Rosell. Get his thoughts on a new look Moncton Wildcats team, and also his thoughts on the restart in New Brunswick. The game in Bathurst tonight, first time that teams from New Brunswick have been in action since November 20th. Elliott Desnoyers trying to play it down the board. Zach Leroux will pick it up, trying to shake Gallant out front. What a stop by Gooby. Jacob Gooby kicking out that right pad to deny Bobby Orr in tight. Fantastic opportunity for the Q's leading rookie goal scorer. And for number 12 right there, as Tremblay will carry it up ahead. He's over center. He will dump it in. Why not? Slows it down back behind the net of Alex Gravel. Why not? Still back there with 3.5 minutes to go in this opening frame. A pass out to center, and LaRue will force it in. Down the left wing, throws it toward the net, poking in tight there. The Mooseheads, Zach Jones trying to get a little piece of it, but Gooby had it frozen. It's going to result in a whistle, so the Mooseheads will complete the line change now. Second line making their way out. It's Santa Peters and James Swan on the wings with Zach Jones at center. Mooseheads without Attilio Biasca, pardon me. He'll miss another game here tonight. Alex Tessier also not in the lineup. Keegan Hunt hasn't played since November. He's still banged up. Alex David and Cole Foston also to the lineup this evening as Peters right off the faceoff lets a shot go. That one will deflect wide, and Cormier plays it behind the net to Lowen. A pass up the middle. Budgel out to center. Kind of lost the handle on that one. Now Thomas Casey will get it back. He'll hand off for Budgel. Sharp angle shot that is stopped by Gravel, and just all kinds of firepower on this line right now for the Islanders. We weren't sure if we were going to see that trio together. Mentioned earlier, Cedric Desrousseaux leading the Q in scoring, has got another goal here tonight. Thomas Casey, number 2. Brett Budgel, not very far back either. He's 7th, and said that Budgel was the 3rd highest scoring forward because Lucas Cormier right in that scoring race as well. He is 6th in the entire league right now, the league scoring race. 32 points on the season for him coming into this game as Trudeau back into his own end with it. He'll have to be careful. Got poked at there. Was pressured by Peters. Plandowski will carry it back up ice. A pass down the left wing. Peach trying to work it toward the middle, and Patrick Gay over to Peach. That shot blocked by Jones. Gay turned that one over. It's carried up ahead now by Robinson out to center. Talking about some of the players out of the lineup, of course, Brendan Tomlinson continuing to recover from his broken collarbone that was the result of a Lucas Cormier shot over in Charlottetown a few weeks back. So certainly a big hit, a big loss on the Mooseheads back end. Marcus Vidicek will come out to take this face off for the Mooseheads. Went into the break the leading rookie scorer, but comes into this one here this evening, second now. Antonin Verreau in Gatineau. He had a terrific little stint in one of the most recent Quebec bubbles. We'll talk about that with Scott McIntosh coming up during our second intermission. Mooseheads looking to break out, carried up ahead by Horvat, trying to fire a pass rink wide there for his partner. Kieran Gallant got a stick in that lane and gave the Moose a little bit of difficulty. William Payton will punch this one in. He takes a pretty heavy bump there as he came in down the right wing boards. Vidicek battling down in the Charlottetown corner. Helped out now by Jordan Dumais, who's able to knock this one loose. He'll battle. Now Dumais out front, and Payton couldn't quite get that shot off, but Dumais getting it right back, slides it up top to Horvat, lets it go. Vidicek in tight, he gets dumped. And now some physical play down there as Liam Payton gives a pretty good ride to Sean Stewart. A little shove down the corner after Sean Stewart took some liberties with Marcus Vidicek down around the Islanders' goals. So it's another power play here for the Mooseheads. They trail the Islanders 2-0. Just a minute 23 left in this opening frame. A cross-check lower back of Vidicek, and that is the cause of this recent Mooseheads power play. They will hope it goes a little better than the first one did as Desnoyers takes the draw for the Moose. Leroux will work it up top for Barron, over and out of Wynot at the right point. He'll step in, works it down low. Desnoyers trying to work it out front. That was off the stick of Gooby and cleared away as Justin Barron heads after it. He'll work it over now to Santa Peters. Peters poked at by Lowen. Forced back into his own end. He'll collect it, gathering speed now as he comes in down the right wing. Gets around Cormier. Still with it is Peters. Senna Peters roughed up there by Noah Lowen as he gets dumped. Now dumped down toward Gravel. Gravel throws it aside there for Cam Wynot. He will carry it up ahead, drops it back to LaRue. Over now for Elliot Desnoyers. He's got the line. He'll get a return feed. He takes it back down behind the Islanders net. Desnoyers circling, trying to shake Virtue. A little bump down there for the former Gatineau Olympique, and that will knock the puck loose. And Zach Beauregard able to fire at the length of the ice as Gravel comes out of his net to stop it back there for Justin Barrett. Some good edge work in tight there from Justin Barrett as he shakes his check. He'll carry it up, pulls up just inside the line, over now to Jones. Zach Jones takes a hit from Virtue. Able to move it though. Vidicek letting a shot go. It's off a stick, and that will do it as the Islanders clear it out to center. First period in the books. Mooseheads trailing the Charlottetown Islanders 2-0 through 20 minutes of play. We'll have a full scoring summary coming up for you during our first intermission, and a conversation as well with Moncton Wildcats play-by-play broadcaster Tim Roselle. We will chat about the current state of Q-League affairs in the province of New Brunswick after a very long pause. Teams in New Brunswick set to get back into action tonight, I guess. The Moncton Wildcats will have to wait until Thursday before they see some Q-League hockey. A very long period of time without it for the Moncton Wildcats. One of the many topics we will chat about with Tim Roselle coming up during our first intermission. So we will take a break.
Isles Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to the competition. You may be surprised to see how our luxury SUVs stack up. With our calm interiors, suite of standard driver assist technologies, and pickup and delivery service, Lincoln brings you thoughtful experiences and comfort in the extreme. Schedule your discovery drive and compare Lincoln today. We're confident you'll be extremely glad that you did. For details, visit fairislelincoln.ca.
Hey, you! What are you doing with my clipboard?
Look, Coach, who I am isn't important, but your game plan is. See, you got armchair athletes here, and you got exercisers out there, and they're all making the most of winter. Some eat at home, some want to eat out watching the big game, and Hunter's Corner has winning plays for all of them.
You're right! Hunter's Corner is a winning choice for all sports enthusiasts.
There's always specials on when you're there to watch the game, or you can go online or use their app to pre-order food and beer for home delivery or curbside pickup. This winter, it's game on at Hunter's Corner.
No, you can't, but it's good. If I had to give it out of 10,
2020 is like a giant game of shinny. Whether your goal is the big leagues or just staying on your feet, we're all in this 2020 game together. None of us know which way our stick is going to be thrown, and all we can do is play within the rules, be safe, and bring our A game in 2020.
This message brought to you from Sean Casey, MP for Charlottetown, who is here to help.
This island, it's a place of new discoveries that's been waiting here for you. In every breath of wind and grain of sand, one island voice speaks through. This is a land of adventures, big and small, and quiet moments to wonder at the beauty of it all. This place, this island, it's for you and for me. This place, this island, it's where your spirit can be free. Come find your island. Prince Edward Island.
Buying local is now more important than ever. ADL is proudly PEI family farm owned and proud to offer you quality dairy products, especially ADL chocolate milk. Packed with 16 essential nutrients, ADL chocolate milk is delicious, nutritious, and a family favorite. While many things have changed, ADL quality dairy products have remained the same. Next time you're out shopping, is ADL chocolate milk in your grocery cart?
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
Introducing the new Eastlink TV experience. Now with TiVo, get voice command,
Watch Jesse,
personalized recos, and all the content you love in one place. Spend less time searching and more time watching. That's the Eastlink Edge.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio. ISLES Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
When you provide quality local products for your community, they'll support you back. For over 65 years, ADL has been providing quality products as well as supporting communities on the island. Just as you see ADL products in your local store, ADL also gives back to the community through local hockey rinks, hospitals, community events, and so much more. It's not just better for your family, it's better for PEI. ADL, quality, local, community involved. Visit them online at adl.ca.
Peter Norton from Norton's Jewelers here. Myself, my son Craig, and our team are proud to be your local neighborhood jewelers. As people who are born and raised on the island, we know the importance of local. We shop local, eat local, and give locally. We encourage you to do the same and continue to support your community by connecting and buying from local business owners like myself and others. We're happy Norton's Jewelers is open, and we look forward to seeing you to help you add another chapter to your love story with the perfect piece of jewelry.
Norton's Jewelers.
The first 3 days of March have been a little weird here on PEI, locking it down in the red zone. That goes no different for your Charlottetown Islanders. We're all doing the isolation thing, doing our part to keep PEI safe. But while we're doing it, we're going to have a little bit of fun here too. So this is Isolated Incidents. So the first question, Oscar, whose gear on your guys' team smells the worst?
I'm going to have to say Sammy's because he's always washing it. He's always asking Kev and Spy to put like every single piece of his gear into the washer with all our gitch.
That's a tough one. Kev and Spy do a pretty good job keeping all the boys' gear clean, but I'm going to say Gooby.
Probably Goobies. Gooby's just kind of a smelly guy, really, in general. He can stink up the boss sometimes, so I'm guessing it's Gooby.
I'll say Gooby. Yeah, probably Gooby.
Spide's pretty keen on washing everything, so I'll give Spide credit for that and not throw anybody under the bus there.
I would say that my gloves are probably one of the worst smelling things on our team. Just like I've started to wash them in the washing machine, so they haven't been as bad. But in the past, like for some reason, I could never get my gloves to not smell bad. And I don't want to throw anybody else under the bus, so I'll throw myself under the bus.
Who on your guys' team has the weirdest superstition, like pregame ritual or superstition, anything like that?
The goalies obviously are weird. They got their whole rituals they like to do. They have those little bouncy balls that they throw up the wall and stuff like that, and do all this weird stuff with that.
Colton does quite a bit of stuff when he plays in game days. He kind of has different things with headphones. Like sometimes you don't see him for a bit. But
like I'd like to say that I'm pretty normal with my routines. Like nothing crazy, pretty standard. I think Goob's pretty well the same way. So
Oscar goes out really early for before we go out, so I'll say that. I don't know.
Plando's like dressed probably 30 minutes before warm up. He's out in the hallway buzzing around. Maybe Sammy the other day. Sammy was dressed. I think he had his skates on before I was done warming up.
Probably Sam Oliver. He does some wacky things. He's always pretty paranoid with tape jobs and all that stuff. Maybe him.
Sammy's had a couple different like times where he's done some weird things before the games.
I'm going to give you a little bit of redemption here because a few of the interviews I've done before this have named you as like the weird superstition guy. So what does a game day look like for you then?
I usually show up like pretty early, but like 3.5 hours before. Kind of just get out of my suit and just get all my sticks ready. The sticks are probably that's where I spend the most of my time kind of getting ready. I just got to make sure all my tape jobs and everything's all perfect. If I'm not playing well, I'll switch it up and switch up the color, switch up the knob. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I kind of have like these essential oils, and I kind of smell those before I get on the ice.
I'll say maybe like Virtue and Peach to put like something on their legs and stuff.
Which of your teammates is most likely to lock himself out of their room on a road trip?
Drew Elliott. For sure.
Definitely like Ben Boyd or Drew. Yeah, I'll say
Drew or Boyder, probably.
Everybody kind of knows this would probably be Boyder and Al.
Ben Boyd for sure, no question about it.
I would go with Ben Boyd and Drew Elliott just because they're roommates together.
I'd have to either go with Ben Boyd or Drew Elliott.
Last question. Colton Ellis just signed this new contract with St. Louis Blues. What's the first thing that you think Colton is going to buy with that brand spanking new contract?
Well, it's kind of become a ritual here that when somebody signs a contract that they are supposed to take the team out to Take Sushi and buy everybody sushi. Nice. I think P.O. did it before I got here, and then Nikita followed suit. Corms hasn't gotten the chance yet to do it, but I think Corms and Colton, I think those will be the first purchase they'll have to make for the boys after we get out of quarantine.
I don't know, maybe he might be treating the boys to some Take Sushi soon, so I don't know. Maybe if we get an isolation, maybe that's what I'll splurge his money on.
I'm going one or two ways. If we're out of isolation anytime soon, he's probably going to buy the boys something to eat, I'm guessing. Or he'll buy himself something. He's either gonna buy his parents something or himself, like a car or something like that.
Maybe like a nice set of shoes.
He's a big H&M guy, so probably go there and get a few things for sure.
Colton and I are huge H&M guys. We love, it's not too expensive there, but 70% of the clothes he owns is H&M. So, we're in work isolation right now, but he might go on the H&M site and order some clothes. That'd be my guess.
I've been asking everybody else this question, their opinions. So now we're going to get it from the horse's mouth. What's the first thing you're going to buy with your new contract?
Well, I'm a big fan of H&M. Maybe a couple new dress clothes, maybe some dress clothes, maybe a dress jacket. Kind of get some more style points going here.
So now I got to call you out as a veteran and as a teammate guy, because the answer so far across the board has been the first thing you're going to buy is Take Sushi for the boys once you guys are out of isolation.
Yeah, I think me and Corms are going to have to treat the boys here. I think it's pretty well expected, so we'll have to take the boys out.
There's a shot. Islanders score!
Hi, this is Sean Casey, your MP for Charlottetown. Our federal government is working hard to make sure we have your back during this epic challenge. We'll block shots and keep digging so you can reach your goals. Call for information on programs and services supporting all Charlottetown Islanders.
Call 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
Buying local is now more important than ever. ADL is proudly PEI Family Farm owned and proud to offer you quality dairy products, especially ADL chocolate milk. Packed with 16 essential nutrients, ADL chocolate milk is delicious, nutritious, and a family favorite. While many things have changed, ADL quality dairy products have remained the same. Next time you're out shopping, is ADL chocolate milk in your grocery cart?
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
Speedy Thomas Casey flying in there in the backhand all the way to the goal. He scored! QMJHL Friday Night Hockey is back exclusively on Eastlink Community TV. To subscribe, visit eastlink.ca.
Fair Isle Ford is proud to present Isles Radio.
A new online mental health resource is now available to Islanders. It's called Bridge the Gap, and it's part service directory, part knowledge hub, and the go-to resource for mental health and substance use information and support for all ages. You can browse programs, connect with local clinicians, and find peer support anytime, anywhere. And the best part, Bridge the Gap is absolutely free to use. Visit pei.bridgethegap.ca to learn more. That's GAP with 2 P's. This ad paid for by the Government of Prince Edward Island with funding support from Canada Health Infoway.
Weather for Centennial Nissan. Conquer winter in the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue, featuring intelligent all-wheel drive with 5 distinct all-wheel drive modes: Sport, Terrain, Normal, Eco, and Snow. Get excited for the award season sales event at Centennial Nissan in Charlottetown and Summerside.
When you provide quality local products for your community, they'll support you back. For over 65 years, ADL has been supporting communities on the island. ADL gives back to the community through local hockey rinks, hospitals, community events, and so much more. It's not just better for your family, it's better for PEI. ADL. Quality, local, community involved. Visit them online at adl.ca.
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
Hi, it's Sean Casey, your Member of Parliament for Charlottetown. These are trying times for all Canadians. Thank you to everyone who is doing their part to keep Prince Edward Island and Charlottetown safe. A special shout out to all healthcare and other essential workers who put themselves on the front line for us each and every day. Call my office at 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
Quitting smoking is one of the hardest things you will ever do, but help is available. The PEI Smoking Cessation Program is available to support all Islanders who smoke or use other tobacco products and are ready to quit by providing nicotine replacement therapy or specific cessation medications. Now is the time to put your health first and make the first step towards quitting. Live your best life smoke-free. Visit princeedwardisland.ca/quitsmoking or call the Smokers Helpline, 1-877-513-5333. Paid for by the province of PEI.
We're back with more Charlottetown Islanders Fair Isle Ford Isles Radio.
Hockey on News 95.7. Gareth McDonald back with you live from the Scotiabank Center here in downtown Halifax. The Mooseheads trailing the Charlottetown Islanders 2-0 after 20 minutes of play, but they will start this second period off on a power play. Still a little bit of time left on that penalty to Sean Stewart, a cross-checking call that came late in the opening frame. Still 37 seconds remaining on the man advantage here as Zach Jones out to take this face off, and off the draw, the Islanders pulling it all the way back down into their own end, and that one quickly launched out by Trudeau. It ends up down in Mooseheads territory, and Barron back to retrieve it here for the Herd. He will skate it up and over his own blue line, and now sends it up the left wing side, a little rink-wide feed. Picked up now by Peters. He'll take it back down behind the Islanders' net, trying to protect the puck. A pass, it hits a stick, but Barron keeps it alive. Now he'll take it for a skate, work down over the corner. LaRue will quickly rim it around the boards. Peters on it, hard pass back toward the line. That got past Wynot, and out of the penalty box, it's Stewart a shot, and they'll rip it wide. What an opportunity right there for Sean Stewart. As that pass from Wynot basically led to a breakaway for him. Now Budgel trying to drop this one off. Hard pass there from Casey. Just missing Cedric Desrousseaux with that one as Cormier sends it down for Casey. Out front, Cormier with a chance in tight, and that is denied by Alex Gravelis. Lucas Cormier, third-round pick of the Vegas Golden Knights, signed his 3-year entry-level deal with the Golden Knights not that long ago, just a few weeks back. And speaking of contracts, Colton Ellis, who was backing up Jacob Gooby here tonight for the Islanders. Colton Ellis inking a deal with the St. Louis Blues, was a draft pick of the Blues after they won the Cup in 2019. Face-off one here by the Islanders. Cormier will snap a shot. It's deflected wide. Vidicek will pick it up for the Moose. Sends it up the left wing for Davis, who stabs it up ahead. Liam Payton now rink wide to Horvath. He'll have to be careful as he tries to settle that one down. Fires a pass over for Davis. Now sent up the left wing, and that one chipped in by the Mooseheads. Casey after it for Charlottetown. Trying to work it rink wide. Dume had it poked away from him by Desrousseaux. It's sent up ahead. Budgel will spin and send it back down behind the Mooseheads net as Davis works it up the right wing and out to center ice, where Sean Stewart will find it for Charlottetown, over for his partner. And that one flipped back in. Horvath was on it, and he'll fire it back out as Stewart comes back to retrieve it. And that will be an icing call to the Mooseheads with 1:58 down in this second period. Shots on goal right now, 9-7 in favor of the Islanders, who opened the scoring in this hockey game. 4.5 minutes into the first period, William Trudeau with his 7th from Thomas Casey and Brett Budgel. Cedric Desrousseaux with number 29 at 12:39 of the first period. Budgel and Casey also with the helpers on that one. Now Boyd on it out at center. He'll take a little bump there for Marcus Vidicek, who forced the Islanders back. Drew Elliott now winding up with it. He'll carry it in down the right wing, around the net. Elliott trying to work it back down low for Boyd. Had his pocket picked there by Horvath, but it's knocked off a Horvath stick by Oliver as Davis comes back to help out. He'll try to shovel it up the wall, and Mooseheads clearing that one away. Felix Tremblay in his own end with it. He'll send it off the end boards for his partner. Tremblay taking a return feed up the left wing to LeBlanc. Turnover. Pettin broke it up, trying to drive it toward the net. Rolling puck. And as Robitaille comes in to poke at it, Gooby able to cover it up, and now Robitaille in a big battle back behind the net with Sean Stewart. The net getting knocked over. Gooby getting in our harm's way on that one as that net came crashing down around him. Sean Stewart, pretty tough customer. William Robitaille there, not backing down at all. And right now it is just Sean Stewart in the penalty box. So looks like it's another power play here for the Mooseheads. Again, it was a couple extra shots after the whistle from Stewart on Robitaille, and it does appear that the Moose will get their third power play opportunity. 3 power plays in this game, and all 3 of them going the Mooseheads' way. And you need something to click right now. Down 2-0 in this game. Elliot Denoyer will take the face-off. The draw is to Jacob Gooby's right. A bit of discussion down here around the face-off circle. Steven Starzomski and Brett Boyce, Sam Curry over there to have a word as well. The Mooseheads, they will win the draw as Cam Wynot plays it over to his partner. Barron, a shot, little redirect on the way through, and Gooby's able to track it the whole way. He will make the save on it, hanging on to it here. 17:02 left, 7 seconds gone on this Mooseheads power play. Justin Barron, 4 goals, 12 assists in 20 games coming into this one. Scored on the power play in the Mooseheads' final game before the pause. He'll pick it up at the right point. Back for Denoyer. Hard pass rink wide to Wynot, to Peters. Up top to Barron. Over to Denoyer. Great feet. A shot. They score. Seta Peters on the power play. A beauty for the Mooseheads. And they'll cut the Islanders' lead in half. And Seta Peters with his first goal of the season. And my goodness, they don't come a lot prettier than that. Some fantastic passing, some great puck movement for the Moose. And that felt good for Seta Peters. That goal, a long time coming, but my goodness, that goal just a work of art. My goodness, incredible passing from the Herd, and it's a 2-1 hockey game here at the Scotiabank Center. Denoyer will remain out there to take that face off. It's going to be won by Patrick Gayes. The Islanders will try to set things up. Puck chipped in by LeBlanc. Gravel out of his net to play it. He kind of sent it off the back of the net. Got caught up back there. He comes back to the line now for Cormier. Over to Bailey Peach. Trying to hand it off. LeBlanc lets a shot go. And Peach denied by Gravel. Bailey Peach trying to pull that one over the backhand, and Gravel makes the stop on it. And now this goal seems to spark the Mooseheads a bit. It's some pressure down there from Orr and Denoyer. Leroux throwing his weight around now. Orr was looking for Leroux and sticking that passing lane. Horvat trying to work it back behind the net for Leroux, but that was broken up as well. Now Peach mishandled that one, but he's going to be helped out by Cormier out to center. Over for LeBlanc. He'll punch it in right down the middle. Takes a big hit from Davis, and Cormier with a dip in tight knocked it just wide of the Mooseheads net. Horvat on it for the Moose. His pass is off a skate, pops out to LeBlanc. He'll center, and nobody home for the Islanders as that was broken up. Carried up ahead by Orr. He'll hit Leroux. Snapped right on, and that is gloved by Gooby. He's going to hang on to it here with 15:28 to go in this second period. Two-1 hockey game at the Scotiabank Center. The Islanders on top. Third line out now for the Mooseheads. It's Vidicek centering Jordan Dumais and Liam Payton. I believe I may have said Leroux coming in on that last shift. That was James Swan, who I believe got that shot off. As Tremblay now will hand this one off at his own blue line. Takes a pass now, or makes a pass rather, over to Stewart. And he's pressured there by Vidicek. He got tripped up by Stewart. Payton lets it go. Knocked aside by Gooby. Another power play coming up here for the Mooseheads as Barron does some good work protecting the puck. He'll hand it off now for Liam Payton, trying to evade Budgel as he sends it down the boards. That hit Budgel, but Payton got it back and then finally poked at, recovered by the Islanders. And it's another penalty to Charlottetown. Another power play for the Mooseheads. First couple of power plays here tonight for the Moose. They were not much to write home about, but that last man advantage, it was something. Some fantastic passing for the Moose, and Seta Peters capitalizing with his first goal of the year, and he is right back out here as Elliot Denoyer trying to play it back toward the line for Cam Wynot. That got poked past him, so Barron will have to come back to retrieve it. He'll play it ahead for Wynot. Over to Senna Peters on the right wing, rolls it down into the Mooseheads end, or the Islanders end, pardon me. Bouncy puck there. Plendowski able to clear it out for the Islanders, and Justin Barron back to pick it up for the Mooseheads. The captain will wind up. He sees him open ice. He'll take it, slides it over now for his partner Wynot, who got bumped off the puck. Islanders will try to clear it out, and Kieran Gallant able to do so as he fires it right down on net. Knocked away there by Gravel for Leroux, and he'll carry it up and over the red line. He's got the blue line now as well, as he saw the sea kind of start to park for him there, but then took a little bump from Trudeau. If he had snuck by, he was gone right there, but the Islanders were able to clear it out. Now Horvath will make his way back the other way, dishing off for Jones back behind the Islanders net. He'll play it back toward the right point. Jordan Dumais just inside the line. Slides it over now for Horvath, trying to shake Elliott. He'll play it back to Vidicek, letting a shot go, and that one hits a leg. Bouncy puck. Cormier couldn't get it out. It was held in by Horvath. Now Jones toward the net. He was looking for Dumais, who tried to bat at it but couldn't make contact. 26 seconds left now on this Mooseheads man advantage. Just the Moose regroup back into their own end. It's Horvath carrying it up and toward the blue line. He kind of faked that little drop pass. He's able to skate this one in, and now he'll rim it around as Gooby comes out to play it, trying to send it up the left wing side, but the board sealed there by Dumais. He'll take it back behind the net, works it off the wall, back to Horvath, and that was poked away. Thomas Casey with speed back the other way, waiting for help over to Elliott, and it's knocked just wide. Some great patience there from Casey. He had to wait quite some time as Orr comes back for the Moose toward the middle, and Jones just couldn't quite get what he wanted on that one. Great chance, though, as Jones still tied up down there in the corner with Tremblay. And Justin Barron able to knock it down toward the Islanders' corner. 12:19 left here in this second period. Islanders 2, Mooseheads 1. Cedric Desrousseaux will skate this one up ahead over the blue line. He'll dump it in. Loose puck back there. Why not taking a hit from Desrousseaux? We get a little pass from Payton. It was over for Swan, broken up by Cormier to Desrousseaux. He tried to work it toward the middle of the ice. And that was broken up by Robitaille, but the Moose can't clear. Cormier will take it out. A pass over for Bunchel. Chance for Beach. And somehow that one stays out. My goodness, that it caught a bit of the post there. I'm not sure if Gravel got a piece of that with anything or not. It looked like he was beat, but Peach just not quite able to slip that one home as the Moose will clear it out. Bouncing puck there. And it's going to be carried in by LeBlanc, but he does so offside. So a whistle, 11:25 to go. 2-1 the score, Islanders on top.
Family member of the game is Master Sailor Rebecca Mason. A kind and well-respected member of Royal Canadian Navy submarine HMCS Windsor, Sailor Mason is often seen assisting other departments with their tasks, such as storing supplies alongside the cooks. Her knowledge of sonar equipment on board has proven invaluable to both her department and contracted workers who require someone with a strong understanding of the systems. Often at work outside of normal working hours, her skill and dedication have helped to progress work on board the submarine that may have otherwise been delayed. Mooseheads Assistant Captain Liam Payton recently honored Sailor Mason with a special military-themed Mooseheads jersey on behalf of the team and you, the fans, to say thanks for her service.
News 95-7. Islanders leading the Mooseheads 2-1. Lucas Robinson on it out at center ice. He's over the red line. He will dump that one in. Plendowski back to pick it up. He'll take a shove there from LaRue as he was able to drop it off for Gay. It's played off the boards and out. Oliver takes a hit out at center, and Robinson right back on it for the Mooseheads. A pass up the middle. Moore may have got a little stick on that one as Plendowski will clear it out. Oliver's on it. A pass up the right wing for Gay, looking rink wide to Boyd, and Boyd takes a chop, but that puck sends it wide of the net, and the Mooseheads trying to break out now as LaRue is up and over center ice, dumps it in. And that one scooped up by Virtue. Virtue able to clear it out. It's knocked down inside the line by Horvath. Now Pettin ahead for Robitaille. He's got speed, lets his shot go, and that looked like it was off the stick of Gooby as Horvath throws it toward the net. Scramble in tight. Gooby gets knocked over. May have had some contact there from Robitaille, but it looked like Robitaille took a little contact from Trudeau. He shot puck is ripped wide of the Mooseheads net. It's going to carry him off the boards out to neutralize. Kieran Gallant on it for Charlottetown. And that puck cleared in toward the Mooseheads net off of Drew Elliott. And Gravel was hoping for the icing there, had the pad down as that actually hit him, and then he's forced to cover it up. Another quick break. You're listening to the Armitage Mooseheads Hockey.
Buying local is now more important than ever. ADL is proudly PEI family farm owned and proud to offer you quality dairy products, especially ADL chocolate milk. Packed with 16 essential nutrients, ADL chocolate milk is delicious, nutritious, and a family favorite. While many things have changed, ADL quality dairy products have remained the same. Next time you're out shopping, is ADL chocolate milk in your grocery cart?
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dermot Dodge, Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7. 9:55 to go in the second period. Face-off down to the Mooseheads and Islanders controlling off the draws. DeRousseau was able to work it down for Butchell. He tried to hand it off there for Thomas Casey. Broken up by the Moose, and now skated up ahead by Zach Jones. He'll steer it up the left wing for Swan. Barron jumps up into the play. He'll rim it back behind the net for Jones. Dropped off, centering pass out front. Peters couldn't quite get a shot off right there as DeRousseau will drive it in down the near boards. He had Swan all over him. Work back up top toward the line of shot, and Gravel, he'll make the glove stop on that one as Virtue put it right on net. 9:20 to go in this second period. Braden Virtue, one of those new look defensemen, along with Sean Stewart. Virtue coming over in a deal with the Gatineau Olympique during the trade period. Sean Stewart, a player very familiar to the Mooseheads and the Islanders. Saw a lot of him during his time with the Moncton Wildcats. He came over in a deal with the Wildcats also during the trade period as this puck is worked deep into Islanders territory. Little battle down in the Charlottetown corner, and it's going to be Patrick Gay breaking free with that one. He'll steer it up ahead. LeBlanc turning on the Jets as he takes a little shove there from Lucas Robinson. Now played toward the line to Stewart. Stewart trying to hand that one off. Stewart pokes it down the boards. Liam Payton will scoop it up here for the Mooseheads. Trying to evade Bailey Peach. They're trying to launch it out, and Payton on the second effort able to bounce that one out. Peach up the left wing for the Islanders. He'll roll it in. Furlong on it for the Moose. Down toward the corner, and he's able to shake Patrick Gay right there as the Moose now will try to break out up ice or lets a shot go. And Gooby got a piece of it. Plantowski with it now. He'll launch a pass up the right wing. Kieran Gallant just dumps it in for Charlottetown as Davis heads after it. Gonna leave it there for Horvath. Had it knifed away from him. Now a chance for Trudeau. Lets a shot go. And that was stopped by Gravel. Plantowski right back on it to Trudeau. Down for Gallant. Out to Beauregard. A shot fought off by Gravel. And another shot. That one ripped up and over as Plantowski. Going to indicate that he took a high stick on that play. It's going to be played down into the Islanders' end, and it's Plantowski on it. He'll rim this one around Beauregard. Toward the middle for Gallant. Gallant up and over center ice. Dumps that one in, and why not? We'll come back to retrieve it. Pass up the left wing for Leroux. Zach Leroux. Trying to work that one toward the middle. And it was forced out. Horvath will hammer it right back in. Mooseheads trying to get some fresh legs in as we get a long stretch pass ahead for LeBlanc, driving in down the right wing. And his backhander stopped by Gravel. Mooseheads back in possession. It's Landon Myron. He'll fire that one in deep as Scooby is out of his net. Justin Barron applying some pressure, and he just keeps that one alive for the Mooseheads. Racing back to the right point. Now Boyd with it for Charlottetown. Up toward the line, dumped in. Barron, good little poke there, able to knock it over for his partner. Why not? Cam Wynot. Pass up the left wing for Pettin. He will bank it off the boards and out to neutralize. Cormier on it there for Charlottetown. He's got center, and he'll just launch it back in. And the Mooseheads forcing it out. Not a terrific flow right now in this second period as Thomas Casey trying to deflect one down into Mooseheads territory. A little too much elevation on that as it
on you every day, every week, every year.
Hey, you! What are you doing with my clipboard?
Look, Coach, who I am isn't important, but your game plan is. See, you got armchair athletes here, and you got exercisers out there, and they're all making the most of winter. Some eat at home, some want to eat out watching the big game, and Hunter's Corner has winning plays for all of them.
You're right! Hunter's Corner is a winning choice for all sports enthusiasts.
There's always specials on when you're there to watch the game.
Middle, and that pass did not connect. Thomas Casey flips it right back in. Robinson tied up down there with Budgel. A couple of Newfoundlanders doing battle, and Budgel able to dish off. Quick shot that was steered aside by Gravel. Casey has it once again over for Trombley. A shot right on, and that was steered aside by Gravel. Is looking to battle down beneath the Mooseheads goal line. It was worked out front for Budgel. Couldn't get a shot off, and a little extra shot right there. Budgel on Swanis. The Moose come back the other way. Great pass over for Peters as he reached. Couldn't quite get the stick on it. Jones over to Barrett, and that was ripped wide of the Islanders' net. Some opportunities here for the Mooseheads in the late going of this second period. Looked like we may see a little tilt there as Robinson came to the aid of James Swan after kind of a bit of a high hit. Bit of a late hit from Brett Budgel. Mooseheads some good opportunities, so at the other end of the ice. Is, again, the puck's deflected out of play. Less than 5 to go in the second. We'll take a break. You're listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7.
Congratulations to the fans. Weather for Centennial Nissan. Conquer winter in the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue. Featuring intelligent all-wheel drive with 5 distinct all-wheel drive modes. Sport, terrain, normal, eco, and snow. Get excited for the award season sales event at Centennial Nissan in Charlottetown and Summerside.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
Screen props.
on News 95.7. 4:42 to go here in the second period. Mooseheads trailing the Islanders 2-1. Marcus Vidicek trying to get a shot off. That was partially blocked. Blandowski trying to get it out, but good work here for the Mooseheads. Liam Payton giving the Islanders some difficulty. They're able to get it out now. It's worked out to neutralize. Steered into the Mooseheads end by Gay. He'll apply some pressure down there in the Halifax end. This Payton was able to knock it over to Vidicek. He'll turn on the Jets as he carries it up ice right down the middle. Poked at by Virtue. Trudeau on it for Charlottetown. Over for Peach. Ahead for Elliott. He'll try to go to work as he drives toward the net. And a good little stick there. That was knocked away from him by Davis. Cormier will fire one. That caught the outside of the shin pad of Furlong. Behind the net, Elliott. He will try to center, but that did not connect as Cormier is forced back into his own end. Gooby coming out of his net to play it. A pass up ahead. Elliott will flip it down into Mooseheads territory. Another pass out front. That's off a Moosehead stick. Comes back to Cormier at the line. Cormier looking to drop off for Virtue. Turns it over. And now a good pass up ahead. Desnoyers driving. And a shot. He scores! Make it 3 in a row for Elliott Desnoyers. He'll tie this game up at 2. Well, that little cool streak now a distant memory for Elliott Desnoyers. Goals here in 3 straight games. Picking up right where he left off, and the pause comes it down that left wing with all kinds of speed. Well-placed shot, beats Jacob Gooby. And we have got a 2-2 hockey game here at the Scotiabank Center. Elliott Desnoyers has got his 15th of the season. Thomas Casey out at center ice. Over the red line, steers this one in. A little bouncing puck as Justin Barron was able to take a little whack at it. Comes bouncing in towards Gravel, and wisely not taking any chances right there. Covers it up. 3:16 to go in this second period. Again, it was a great play at the line from Elliott Desnoyers. A little shot block. Got right in that lane. And that puck kind of deflecting over toward Orr. Nice pass from Bobby Orr as Desnoyers just took off. And again, great to see him remaining hot for the Mooses. We get a chance in front, and how did that stay out? What an opportunity. Justin Barron came busting in down the right wing, fired one right on. There was a big rebound right there. Somehow it does not find the back of the net. Gravel now out of his net to play it at the other end. This game really starts to open up right now. Thomas Casey in the corner. He'll steer it back toward the right point to Stewart. Over now to Tremblay. Lob toward the net. That's off a stick and tipped wide. A little battle down at the Mooseheads end below the goal line. Robitaille trying to work it loose. Battling down there with Budgel. Pettin, he'll pick it up. Steers it back behind the net for why not. He'll carry it up ahead. Flips a pass over to Robitaille. He'll gain center and dump it in. Moosehead trying to get some fresh legs on the ice in the lake going up this second period. Stewart, he'll work it out to neutralize. That puck spotted by Gay. Carries it in down the right wing. Pulls up, waits for an option. Drops to Blandowski. A shot and a good block right there as Davis was right on top of him. Mooseheads will work it out and over the line. Jones poking at it. Back down into Islanders territory. Trudeau will hand it off on the right wing. It's rimmed around the boards. Now Peach back for Blandowski and up ahead LeBlanc. 2-on-1 for the Islanders. Back to LeBlanc. Big stop by Gravel. Fantastic save right there by Alex Gravel on the 2-on-1 as we got a long feed up ahead for Jones. Jones pulling up, trying to fend off Trudeau, who was all over him, and it's going to be knocked loose. And now another odd man rush the other way, 3-on-2 here, but a great play defensively just inside the Mooseheads blue line from Justin Barron as he was able to break that up. Another penalty coming up to the Islanders. The late call, they'll touch up, and we get a whistle just as Gravel was about to make his way to the Mooseheads bench.
Wear a mask when you're having a sip or drink. Remember to put your mask back on. Thanks.
Looks like it was a boarding call, I believe, on Drew Elliott, and caught James Swan in a vulnerable position. So the Mooseheads back to the power play. Islanders still without a man advantage in this one so far. I believe this is power play number 5. Mooseheads 1 for 4 on the man advantage here tonight. LaRue over for Wynot toward the net. A little tip in front. Gooby with the save right there as Santa Peters looks skyward. Cannot believe that stayed out. So a 2-2 hockey game. The Moose with goals from Santa Peters. He scored on the power play earlier on in this period. Almost had another one right there. Elliot Denoyer with a goal as well. 15 on the season now for the Mooseheads' leading scorer. So off this face-off, the Islanders looking to clear. It's held in by Wynot. Cam Wynot over to Denoyer toward the high slot. Peters a shot, and that was kicked aside by Gooby. LeBlanc will pick it up, skates it back deep into his end, able to hand off there for Trudeau. He'll clear it out. Gravel way out of his net to play it. He'll float that one up ahead for Leroy. He'll carry it in down the left wing, gets around Trudeau, still with it, trying to work it out front, and a big stop in tight there as Gooby makes the save but loses his stick. Leroy down low, Denoyer in tight, trying to step off that goal line with it, and Gooby making the stop, shuts the door. 9.1 seconds left in the second period, and that's times in the Charlottetown crease right there after Gooby lost his stick on that play. He'll get set for a face-off to his left. Denoyer has got Barron lined up right behind him. LaRue, Peters, and Wynot on the ice, as well as off that draw. Beauregard just kind of tying up, and the Islanders able to clear it away, but that was sent up and not a play. He just kind of ended up on the bench. So we'll do it all over again. A chance right off this face-off for the Mooseheads. Still a bit of time here for a play right off the draw. Justin Barron fouling a shot right now as he moves Santa Peters off to the side. So they may check the time, perhaps. There is a little discussion going on. Perhaps we'll see a little bit of time back on the clock. Still a minute to go on this Mooseheads power play. Pretty disciplined game for the Mooseheads so far this evening. Discipline certainly at times a big problem for the team this year. You look back to the early going of February, they got themselves in a whole lot of penalty trouble quite often, but a couple of weeks heading into the break, it was a more disciplined effort for the Mooseheads. And it seems to be a trend that is carrying over into this game. It's a 2-2 game, and a little bit of time goes up, so 3.5 seconds left. Denoyer off the draw. Wynot got a shot off and hit a leg. Barron will pick it up, and he's just going to skate it out to center as time ticks away in the second period. Full scoring summary coming up for you during our second intermission. A conversation as well with Halifax Mooseheads media and communications manager Scott McIntosh.
Caster of your Halifax Mooseheads.
Isles Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to the competition. You may be surprised to see how our luxury SUVs stack up. With our calm interiors, suite of standard driver assist technologies, and pickup and delivery service, Lincoln brings you thoughtful experiences and comfort in the extreme. Schedule your discovery drive and compare Lincoln today. We're confident you'll be extremely glad that you did. For details, visit fairislelincoln.ca.
Hey,
You! What are you doing with my clipboard?
Look, Coach, who I am isn't important, but your game plan is. See, you got armchair athletes here, and you got exercisers out there, and they're all making the most of winter. Some eat at home, some want to eat out watching the big game, and Hunter's Corner has winning plays for all of them.
You're right. Hunter's Corner is a winning choice for all sports enthusiasts.
There's always specials on when you're there to watch the game, or you can go online or use their app to pre-order food and beer for home delivery or curbside pickup. This winter, it's game on at Hunter's Corner.
"2020 is like a giant game of shinny. Whether your goal is the big leagues or just staying on your feet, we're all in this 2020 game together. None of us know which way our stick is going to be thrown, and all we can do is play within the rules, be safe, and bring our A game in 2020.
This message brought to you from Sean Casey, MP for Charlottetown, who is here to help.
This island, it's a place of new discoveries that's been waiting here for you. In every breath of wind and grain of sand, one island voice speaks through. This is a land of adventures, big and small, and quiet moments to wonder at the beauty of it all. This place, this island, it's for you and for me. This place, this island, it's where your spirit can be free. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
Buying local is now more important than ever. ADL is proudly PEI family farm owned and proud to offer you quality dairy products, especially ADL chocolate milk. Packed with 16 essential nutrients, ADL chocolate milk is delicious, nutritious, and a family favorite. While many things have changed, ADL quality dairy products have remained the same. Next time you're out shopping, is ADL chocolate milk in your grocery cart?
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
Introducing the new EastLink TV experience. Now with TiVo, get voice command,
Watch Jesse,
personalized recos, and all the content you love in one place. Spend less time searching and more time watching. That's the EastLink Edge.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio. Isles Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
When you provide quality local products for your community, they'll support you back. For over 65 years, ADL has been providing quality products as well as supporting communities on the island. Just as you see ADL products in your local store, ADL also gives back to the community through local hockey rinks, hospitals, community events, and so much more. It's not just better for your family, it's better for PEI. ADL, quality, local, community involved. Visit them online at adl.ca.
Peter Norton from Norton's Jewelers here. Myself, my son Craig, and our team are proud to be your local neighborhood jewelers. As people who are born and raised on the island, we know the importance of local. We shop local, eat local, and give locally. We encourage you to do the same and continue to support your community by connecting and buying from local business owners like myself and others. We're happy Norton's Jewelers is open, and we look forward to seeing you to help you add another chapter to your love story with the perfect piece of jewelry.
Norton's Jewelers. There's a shot. Islanders score!
Hi, this is Sean Casey, your MP for Charlottetown. Our federal government is working hard to make sure we have your back during this epic challenge. We'll block shots and keep digging so you can reach your goals. Call for information on programs and services supporting all Charlottetown Islanders.
Call 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
Welcome to this edition of Inside the Isles. Maiden Northcott with you as always, joined by Islanders assistant captain, third year with the team, big defenseman on the point, number 6, Noah Lowen. Noah, thanks for taking a few minutes here.
Perfect. Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
Now, looking at this season, we're just kind of getting back into the swing of things now when we're recording this. It's the day before our first game of 2021. Looking back in 2020, they played 18 games so far. How are you feeling about your season? You've been off to a rocket hot start yourself. statistically, but also with the team as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think personally I'm happy with where my game's at in the first half, and same with the team. I mean, when you get off to the start that we have as a team and we're playing as well as we have, it's easy to have personal success, and team success is obviously the most important, but it's easy to combine those two things together, I think.
Yeah, this season, I mentioned at the top, assistant captain with the club right now. Your first season wearing a letter. How has it felt moving into a little bit more of a leadership role now? You're one of the veterans on the team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Obviously, it's something I take pride in. Obviously, being a leader, and you know, I've been in the league for 4 years now. I think, fourth year. So obviously, I've been through it a little bit and helping out the younger guys as much as possible. So it's a big honor for me and something I take a lot of pride in. And you know, I'm really glad that I get to do it here in Charlottetown.
You mentioned the guys in the locker room. There's a few more guys here now that we talk about. Guys you've already met: Bailey, Pete, Sean, Stewart, and two guys who are still in isolation at the time of this recording. Patrick Gay and Braden Virtue. Why don't you quickly talk about those trades and what that means for the locker room? What was kind of the sense when yourself and some of your teammates heard about some of the acquisitions that were made?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I think you know, when you say goodbye to two guys like Justin Gill and Anthony Hamel, it's a little tough at first. They were really good teammates and friends to everybody in that locker room. But you know, those are guys you'll keep in contact with and down the road and always be friends with. But I think, you know, what the staff did, bringing in Bailey and Sean and Patrick and Braden, I think will go a long way for our team. Bailey and Pat both have, you know, a lot of skill and talent on the forward side, and I think they'll bring lots of goal scoring to us. And you know, Virtue and Stewart are two guys that are tough to play against, and I think will provide a lot of depth back there in the defense and make us a real pain to play against.
One thing that has really changed about yourself anyways is the luscious locks here. Like, what is going on with this hair? I got to take a sidebar here from the hockey questions and ask what's going on with the hair. Like, where did this come from? I've known you'd always have the little short mane, and now you got this, like, these flowing locks here.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to try and grow it out, but I couldn't get it as nice as I think I have it now. But yeah, usually with the short hair, but just with COVID and everything this year, it's just kind of been something that I run with a little bit and see how it goes. I definitely think I might be due for one soon here.
I don't know, man. If you keep growing it out, like, you could end up with, like, look at some of the guys, like you look at Brandon Tanev in the NHL, like some of the hair right now out there, you're on your way, I think.
Yeah.
All right, looking back at minor hockey for a second, because in all the times that you've been here in Charlottetown, I don't think you and I have ever really talked about like what it meant to, you know, growing up in hockey. Who are some of those influences for you, both like kind of like growing up in minor hockey, whether it be like coaches or parents or volunteers? Was there anybody that kind of stands out to you above and beyond all else?
Well, obviously my parents are a huge influence for me. They've supported me all the way through my career, and you know, my dad growing up, he was actually a scout with the Rocket at the time, and the first year at Charlottetown, and then he moved on to Baie-Comeau. But it's kind of cool to you know, follow kind of in his footsteps. He started with this organization. Now it's my turn to kind of be in here. In terms of coaches, I think one coach that stands out for me would be Kevin Mitchell. He's a pretty well-known name around Nova Scotia, probably around the Maritimes, and even probably in Hockey Canada. I had him for a couple of years in Pee Wee and Bantam, and you know, I think I learned a lot from him, and he taught you know, all the players that played for him a lot. So I think those people are two people that definitely had big influences in my career, and people I learned a lot from and helped me get where I am today.
You talk about that full circle kind of moment where, you know, your dad starts with the organization, going back to, like you said, the PEI Rocket, and being here in the first year of the Charlottetown Islanders, and now you're part of the team as well. Overall, looking at your time here in Charlottetown to this point, because obviously there's still so much more left to go, how would you say you've enjoyed your time here in Charlottetown?
I love it. I mean, I think everybody here that plays here really enjoys it. I think our staff, with, you know, the coaches, they're amazing, top notch, and I mean, there's not much more you can say about how amazing Kevin Spide are. So the staff as a whole, and then just the city. I think the city is amazing. It's a close-knit community. You know, there's all kinds of hidden gems around here, and PEI is a beautiful spot, so I definitely, you know, I've enjoyed it a lot here, and I definitely think it'll be a spot that I come back to a lot in the future.
Now, looking in the future, as I said off the top, time of recording this is the day before the first game of 2021. What would you say your goals are for not only yourself, but for your teammates for the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think personally, just kind of continuing the success that I had in the first half. Like I said, I was really happy with how my game was in the first half, and I think just continuing to build on that and excel at the best level that I can. You know, I think all the guys around me are going to give that opportunity. And then I think in terms of group play, I think the group in there has a lot of high expectations for ourselves, right from the staff to the players. There's a lot of excitement around the group we have here, and I think we're going to be competitive, and obviously the goal is to win a championship whenever that may be, but I think we all have a lot of faith in the group that we have here, and I think that's something that we all believe we can achieve.
Well, I think whenever that may be is probably the perfect answer for it, but I do believe personally it's a matter of when and not if. So Noah, thanks for taking a few minutes here to chat, and best of luck in the second half here.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, that was Inside the Isles with Noah Lowen, and I'm Aiden Northcott with you as always.
Thomas Casey flying in there in the backhand all the way to the goal. He scored! QMJHL Friday Night Hockey is back exclusively on Eastlink Community TV. To subscribe, visit eastlink.ca.
Fair Isle Ford is proud to present Isles Radio.
A new online mental health resource is now available to Islanders. It's called Bridge the Gap, and it's part service directory, part knowledge hub, and the go-to resource for mental health and substance use information and support for all ages. You can browse programs, connect with local clinicians, and find peer support anytime, anywhere. And the best part, Bridge the Gap is absolutely free to use. Visit pei.bridgethegap.ca to learn more. That's GAP with 2 P's. This ad paid for by the Government of Prince Edward Island with funding support from Canada Health Infoway.
Weather for Centennial Nissan. Conquer winter in the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue. Featuring intelligent all-wheel drive with 5 distinct all-wheel drive modes. Sport, terrain, normal, eco, and snow. Get excited for the award season sales event at Centennial Nissan in Charlottetown and Summerside.
When you provide quality local products for your community, they'll support you back. For over 65 years, ADL has been supporting communities on the island. ADL gives back to the community through local hockey rinks, hospitals, community events, and so much more. It's not just better for your family, it's better for PEI. ADL. Quality, local, community involved. Visit them online at adl.ca.
Island made, you can tell. It comes from a good place. ADL. ADL.
Hi, it's Sean Casey, your Member of Parliament for Charlottetown. These are trying times for all Canadians. Thank you to everyone who is doing their part to keep Prince Edward Island and Charlottetown safe. A special shout out to all healthcare and other essential workers who put themselves on the front line for us each and every day. Call my office at 902-566-7770 for information on how your federal government is supporting Islanders.
Quitting smoking is one of the hardest things you will ever do, but help is available. The PEI Smoking Cessation Program is available to support all Islanders who smoke or use other tobacco products and are ready to quit by providing nicotine replacement therapy or specific cessation medications. Now is the time to put your health first and make the first step towards quitting. Live your best life smoke-free. Visit princeedwardisland.ca/quit smoking or call the Smokers Helpline, 1-877-513-5333. Paid for by the province of PEI.
We're back with more Charlottetown Islanders Fair Isle Ford Isles Radio.
Seven here at McDonald, back with you live from the Scotiabank Center. Third period just getting underway. The Mooseheads and Islanders tied up at 2 after 40 minutes of play. The Mooseheads will wind up here. Zach Leroux picks it up. He'll flip it down where the corner heads after with some speed, but puck kind of bounced away from him, and Trudeau on it for the Islanders. He will launch it down to where the Mooseheads net. That was knocked away by Gravel. Barron turn that one over, and it's going to be sent out to center by Gallant. The Islanders will dump it right back in. Cam Wynot collecting here for the Mooseheads. Halifax starting second consecutive period off on a abbreviated power play. An abbreviated power play here to begin. Still 10 seconds left on that penalty to Drew Elliott. Elliott Desnoyers back behind the net for the Mooseheads. Up top to Peters, a shot, and that was deflected wide. And it'll be cleared out to center by Virtue. So that penalty to the Islanders now over. Back to five-a-side hockey as Elliott Desnoyers gets up and over the red line, trying to dump it in. It was knocked down. Thomas Casey toward the middle for Elliott with speed right down the middle of the ice. Had it poked away by Davis. A shot, they score as it comes out to Casey. And he'll rip that one past Gravel, and Thomas Casey with his third point of this hockey game. He had a couple of assists on those first 2 goals for the Islanders back in the first period. And he has got his team back on top as that one just seemed to have had Gravel fooled. It was a short pass from Elliott to Alex Gravel, and he had a little bit of traffic there in front of him, and that was have a great sight line on it. So it's a tough break for the Mooseheads here early in this third period. Islanders back on top 3-2. Gooby out of his net to play it. He'll work it up the left wing. A rink-wide feed now for Plandowski. Trying to dump that one in as Robinson will head after it, but we have got like that was an offside call, I believe. So a break in the action. Thomas Casey having just a phenomenal year here. That is his 24th goal of the year. I think Thomas Casey right now maybe tied with his teammate Cedric Desrousseaux for the Q scoring lead. The points lead as this puck is poked back down into the Mooseheads' end. Jones off the boards ahead for Orr. He'll play it off the wall and out. Swan will apply a little pressure down here in the Islanders' zone as he tries to lay the body on Trudeau. Jones in to help out to Swan. Good pass out there. Orr couldn't quite find a handle on it. Now Robinson lobs it right on goal, and reaching up, getting a piece of it was Gooby with the glove. Bouncing puck in toward Gooby. He'll cover it up as Swan gets roughed up there by Plandowski. Took a couple of cross checks, and Swan with a few words down there for that was Bailey. And still a couple of words being exchanged as the Mooseheads will get some fresh legs on the ice. Vidicek up front with Dumais, and he lets a shot go. Dumais thus right off the draw as Vidicek pulled it right back to him. Liam Payton completing this trio as it comes back to the line. There's a shot. Bouncing puck, and it'll be gathered up now by Oliver out through neutral ice. He'll dump that one down into the Mooseheads' end. Gravel out to play it. Up the right wing for Dumais. Turned over, and Boyd lets a shot go. Knocked away by Gravel. Elliott back toward the line. Tremblay letting his shot go, and that was blocked partially by Vidicek as it rolls back up top toward the right point. Stewart trying to play it down the board, centering feet out front. Elliott couldn't find a handle on that one, and Dumais now will take a little chop at it, trying to knock it over for Vidicek. He had it poked off of his stick. Horvat. Cross ice now for Davis. He has got the red line. He will float one in. Top line for the Moose. Back out here as the Islanders will force it back deep into Mooseheads territory. Cormier way up in the action. He will play it around the boards. Comes back toward the line for Virtue to Cormier at the left point. His shot blocked by Orr. He'll try to shovel it up ahead for Leroux, who was busting, but Cormier able to break that one up. As Budgel now looks to hand off for Desrousseaux. He battles with Wynot. Work back toward the left point for Cormier. There's a shot. That was blocked, and Wynot. He'll play it up the middle for Orr. Got poked at. Good defensive play right there by Virtue as he reaches in, and he's able to knock that one away from the Mooseheads rookie. Orr will launch it back down into Islanders territory as it comes up the right wing. Budgel toward the middle for Desrousseaux, gathering up some speed there as he drives wide around Robinson, letting a shot go. Now Furlong, he'll try to reverse it here. That got a little miscommunication there. That was way away from Robinson, and Robinson racing after it. Got a stick caught up in the skates of Beauregard, and the Mooseheads, they were going to have their game called pretty tight here in the third period. 5 power plays heading into this final frame, and all 5 of them going the Mooseheads' way. So this will be the Islanders' first power play of the evening as Robinson heads off. Charlottetown leading 3-2. Islanders power play this season, 30.7%. That is tops in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Face off to Gravel's right, and a little too much on that for Beauregard as he pulls it all the way back down into his own end. Trudeau pressured there by Payton, who was all over him. He'll force the Islanders defenseman back beyond the net. And now Trudeau carrying it up ice. He'll approach the red line, drop that one off. A pass over now to Plandowski. His pass hits a skate, pops out the center, and Trudeau will take it back into his own end here as the Islanders regroup. It's dropped off for Plandowski at neutral ice. He'll gain the red line and fire it in. That got past a few Mooseheads as Gravel came out to play it. Trudeau will work it down the boards. Now Peach over for Beauregard, and that one knocked away. The Moose able to clear it out. They'll try to get some fresh legs on the ice as Gooby is out of his net to play it, but Islanders also getting a unit change in here. It's going to be dropped off there. Rousseau ahead for Patrick Gay, who skated it in down the left wing, but he got poked at. Islanders keep it alive. Casey will fire it rink wide now. That was out of the reach of Gay as Davis tried to freeze it up along the boards. Gay was able to knock it loose. Casey with it now. He'll rim it up the half wall here on the right wing side. There Rousseau tripped up by Denoyer. Cormier in to help out his pass. It was a short one intended for Thomas Casey. That missed its mark. Little battle along the boards, and LaRue able to break loose with it for the Mooseheads. He will clear it out to center. Cormier on it there for the Islanders. Ahead now for Casey. He'll make his way in. It's dropped off a shot, and that one stopped by Gravel as Budgel let it go. Brett Budgel gets it back. He'll drop it off over to DeRousseau. A shot. That is stopped by Gravel, who comes sliding across to make the save. Budgel, rink wide for DeRousseau. He'll fire it cross ice, looking for Budgel. Gay's got it. He tried to get his shot off, and that was blocked. The penalty to Robinson now over. The Mooseheads penalty kill successful. Robinson heads off back to five-a-side hockey as Ben Boyd will force one down into the Mooseheads corner. Kind of got tripped up right there. And he'll throw his weight around. Heavy check down there on Zach Jones as he knocked him over. And now it's going to be rolled out of the Mooseheads end all the way down into Islanders territory. Gooby played it, turned it over to Jones. Dropped off now for Orr. Back to Barron, a shot. That was stopped on the way through. Broken stick on that play. Islanders trying to get it out. Tremblay off the wall and out to neutral ice as Justin Barron picks it up out there. Had it poked away from him. A shot, and Gravel just got a piece of that with the glove. Goes back up top toward the right point for Trudeau. He'll fire one way wide. Loose puck racing after it is Orr trying to make his way past Plandowski, but Plandowski quickly closing that gap out at neutral ice as he winds up out of his end, out to center. Plandowski, he'll steer it down into the Moosehead zone as Halifax clears it out. Beauregard with it out at neutral ice. He'll gain the red line and dump it in as Robinson is back on it here for the Moose. Over for his partner Horvat. Up the boards to Myron. He tried to work it off the wall and out, but Islanders keep it in. Beauregard, quick shot. It's off the shoulder of Gravel, and he'll pounce on that rebound. 12:06 to go in the third period.
Weather for Centennial Nissan. Conquer winter in the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue. Featuring intelligent all-wheel drive with 5 distinct all-wheel drive modes. Sport, terrain, normal, eco, and snow. Get excited for the award season sales event at Centennial Nissan in Charlottetown and Summerside.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
Welcome back. You're listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7. Gareth McDonald back with you live from the Scotiabank Center. 12:06 to go in the third period. Thomas Casey has got the Islanders on top 3-2 as the Islanders win this faceoff. Braden Virtue working it in deep. The Islanders will play it back up top for Virtue. His shot was blocked by Liam Payton, and now Jordan Dumais with it for the Moose. Steered out to center, and now driven right back in by Virtue. Gravel out to stop it there for Davis. Over for Furlong. And Furlong will flip a bouncing puck out through neutral ice. It ends up down there in the Islanders' end. Cormier's on it for Charlottetown. Up ahead. Cormier, he'll skate it in. Hands that one off, trying to take a return feed bouncing puck, and that was off the stick of Gravel. Mooseheads will look to get it out. Vidicek toward the middle for Dumais. He'll gain the red line and dump one in. His top line will make their way out right now. LaRue applying some pressure, but Virtue will break free. Carries it up ahead. Got poked at the line. Good defensive play right there by Wynot as LaRue comes back the other way. His pass intended there for Orr was just out of his reach. Now Casey pokes it ahead for Patrick Gay. There Rousseau. He'll carry this one and rolls it down toward the Mooseheads corner. Why not on it? Rink-wide pass. Elliot Denoyer up ahead was looking for Orr. That eluded him. Gooby out to play it for Stewart. And that puck sent back down into Mooseheads territory. Wynot will quickly gather it up here, takes a look, and then spots LaRue. Great pass up the right wing, but Tremblay poking at Zach LaRue. Good work here by LaRue to protect that puck, though, as he hands it off there for Denoyer. Little pass from Denoyer. Picked up and now carried up ice by Brett Budgel. LaRue tried to line him up. Missed. Budgel will play it down to the Mooseheads corner. He'll get roughed up down there by Horvat, but gains a little bit of help in the form of Kieran Gallant down there to support. Gallant gets knocked over. Puck looks to be frozen up underneath him as Robinson tries to fish it loose. Gallant popping up. He'll skate it back behind the net. Jams on the brakes, trying to shake Robinson. Gets knocked over by the Mooseheads defenseman. And now Robinson working it up the wall. It's kept in by Plantowski. A bouncing puck there. Gallant swatted at it, but couldn't make contact as the Mooseheads turn this one over. Now Horvat. He was all tangled up there with Gallant as both players went to the ice. An outlet pass from Swan. He'll steer it up ahead for Jones. Spins to Peters. Looking for Jones once again, and that was knocked away. Elliott will try to take it back the other way. Jake Furlong using that big body back there to take away his path. Islanders back in possession. Virtue, he will work it up the right wing side. It got past Bailey Beach. Alex Gravel out to play it. He'll rim it up the boards. It was kept in. Now thrown out front. Furlong gets a stick on it, able to poke it up ahead, and now James Swan will try to race after, but Virtue got to it first out of neutral ice, and again just electing to fire it back deep into Mooseheads territory. 8:45 left here in the first period. Mooseheads clearing it back down into the Charlottetown end. Virtue for Peach up the right wing. He'll play it up ahead for LeBlanc over the red line and dumped in as Davis comes back to gather it up here for the Mooseheads. Short pass for Barron up the left wing to Pettin, and he takes a big hit there from Ben Boyd, who had him in his sights. Barron carries it in, drops it off a shot, and Gooby got a piece of that one, but certainly not all, as it was ripped on goal by Landon Myron. Liam Payton, he'll try to take it for a skate as he drives in down the right wing, looking to get that shot off, and it's going to deflect off a stick, up and out of play. 8:06 to go in the third.
Introducing the new Eastlink TV experience. Now with TiVo, get voice command,
Watch Jesse,
personalized recos, and all the content you love in one place. Spend less time searching and more time watching. That's the Eastlink Edge.
80 Thomas Casey flying in there at the backhand all the way to the goal. He scores! QMJHL Friday Night Hockey is back exclusively on Eastlink Community TV. To subscribe, visit eastlink.ca.
It's Fair Isle Ford, Charlottetown Islanders Radio.
Advice Plus, only from Scotiabank.
Hockey on News 95.7. Gareth McDonald back with you live from the Scotiabank Center. 8:06 to go in the third. Islanders leading the Mooseheads 3-2. Face-off in the Charlottetown end. Denoyer out to take that one for the Moose, but it's the Islanders controlling off the draw. They'll clear it out. Line out over for Barron, and he'll play it up the left wing side. That was deflected by Leroux, and it ends up.
Pickup. You can get your Subway in style. Just download the Subway app and choose curbside pickup. It's like having a valet for your Subway.
Your Majesties, your Subway.
New curbside pickup at participating restaurants.
The Mooseheads doing all their scoring in this one in the second period. Senna Peters tipping home, or rather ripping home his first of the year on the power play. Came 3-10 in. Elliot Denoyer scoring in that middle frame as well. Now a bouncing puck down towards Gravel. He tried to come out of his net and glove that one, but didn't quite get all of it. Justin Barron, he'll float a pass up ahead for Leroux. Great feed on the backhand. Big stop by Gooby. Now it's thrown back toward the net, and Gooby down. Trying to pick that one up was Peters, and he'll steer it back down behind the net for Leroux. Leroux and Denoyer kind of tripped up back there as it's going to be worked out to neutral ice. Little short pass there for Denoyer trying to drive toward the net. Puck dropped. Peters' shot. Gooby looking around for it, makes the stop on it, but wasn't quite sure where it ended up, and the Islanders again able to clear it out. Gravel way in his net to play it up ahead now for Jones. He'll drive toward the net trying to get that shot off. And was battling there with Plantowski, who was playing it pretty well defensively. Patrick Gay. Rink wide for Peach. He'll look to shake Orr, and now Peach winding up. Falmouth native with some speed as he kicks it up to his forehand, trying to drive in. And then lost it as he had Furlong step up on him, and the Mooseheads will force it out. Furlong back on it. Played it off there for Davis, and that one dumped down into Islanders territory, but we get a whistle on that one. It's like an icing call right there as this face-off will move back down into the Mooseheads end with 6:21 to go in this third period. Shots on goal are 22-21 in favor of the Islanders. Charlottetown leading 3-2. Thomas Casey, his 24th of the year. It came to minute 18 in. Kind of a harmless looking shot, but looked like there was some traffic in front of Gravel. That is the go-ahead marker in this one. It's got the Islanders on top as the Moose will clear it out to neutral ice. Plantowski over for Trudeau. He's approaching the line, and now he's got it as he dumps it in. Gravel will come out to play it. Sends it up hard up the right wing side. It was held in there at the point by Trudeau. Now Gallant battling with Furlong as that puck is forced out to neutral ice. The Islanders will dump it right back in, and that one kind of bouncing on Gravel as he stopped it at the side of his net. Almost got him in some trouble, though, as Barron plays it ahead for Vidicek toward the middle for Dume. He couldn't quite handle that one. Now a delayed penalty coming up, and tough break right there for the Mooseheads. 5:39 to go. It's going to be a high sticking call to Halifax's Jordan Dume. So it looks like it's just 2 minutes. Islanders
here. News 95.7, your home for Halifax Mooseheads hockey. Catch tonight's post-game show on your way home. Only on News 95.7.
Gareth McDonald back to the Alive from the Scotiabank Center. 5:39 to go in this third period. The Mooseheads, they are down a goal. They will have to kill a penalty off. high sticking call to Jordan Dume. So the Islanders picking up their second power play opportunity of this hockey game. Mooseheads had 5 through the first couple of periods. And off that draw, Vidicek able to launch that puck the length of the ice as Gooby came out to stop it for Lucas Cormier. Cormier, he'll wind up now, makes his way around Vidicek. A pass up the left wing. It's worked back to Cormier. He'll dish off over to DeRousseau. A shot. Gravel to stop. A scramble in front. Casey will work it back up top for Brett Budgel. He'll dish off now for Cedric DeRousseau. DeRousseau to Cormier, lets it go, and a big glove stop by Gravel as he will flash the glove on that one. 4:59 left in the third period. 40 seconds down on that 2-minute minor for high sticking to Jordan Dume. Shots now 26-24 in favor of the Islanders. Face off to Gravel's right. Casey Budgel and Patrick Gay up front. It's DeRousseau and Cormier on the back end here for the Islanders. It's worked over to DeRousseau. He looked toward the slot area and unable to get a stick on that one was Brett Budgel. Over to DeRousseau, top of that circle, now just inside the blue line, trying to shake Zach Leroux. He'll jam on the brakes. Over to Brett Budgel's side of the net, a bouncing puck, and Leroux able to get it out there on the second effort. Couldn't quite clear it out immediately, but he'll work it all the way back down to the Islanders' end and heads off on the change as Zach Jones and Bobby Orr make their way out front now for the Mooseheads. Justin Barron off the boards, but not out, but a turnover. Zach Jones picks it off. He'll skate it up ahead. He got tripped up. The late penalty coming up as Jones takes a hit down there in the corner from Patrick Gay. Didn't appreciate that hit very much. And we have got a slashing penalty coming up after Jones was chopped at out at center. And we'll chat with Patrick Gay about that hit. Those two exchanging a couple of words down there as Patrick LeBlanc makes his way off. And again, that was a pretty healthy chop there at the Mooseheads line after Zach Jones picked off that pass. And he was pretty much gone. He was collecting some speed right there. And if you could have got a couple more strides, Jones, he's pretty quick. That was close to a breakaway opportunity, but again, took a real healthy whack from LeBlanc. So we'll get a bit of 4-on-4 hockey here with 4:03 to go, 24 seconds left on Jordan Dume's penalty, and once that's up, the Moose will get an abbreviated power play. Justin Barron, he'll pick it up off of this face-off as it was pulled back to him. Vidicek dishing off, and Orr just couldn't quite settle it down. Now he'll hand off for Wynot to Barron from a sharp angle, and that was ripped wide of the net, and it's going to carry him off the boards all the way back down into the Mooseheads end. Just 3 seconds left on Dume's penalty as Wynot pulls up back behind the net with Beauregard pressing, and he'll try to outskate Beauregard as he carries it up ahead. On the right wing side there for Peters and the Islanders. They'll launch at the length of the ice. Gravel was way out of his net to play that one, and a good pass up ahead. Leroux kind of lost an edge right there, but the puck knocked down toward him by Peters. Now turned over by the Mooseheads, and it'll be fired out by Gallant with 3:10 left in this third period. Mooseheads on a power play, a minute to go. They need one right now. They need a goal. They're down 3-2. Elliot Desnoyers, he'll skate this one in. Took a healthy cross check there from Trudeau as it's worked around the boards. Hopped over the stick of Vidicek, and a little miscommunication there as Leroux tried to let it go back to the line. Thomas Casey, he'll carry it back the other way. Dropped off a shot. They score a laser from Cedric DeRousseau. Strikes short-handed for the Charlottetown Islanders. That is a backbreaker right there for the Mooseheads. A short-handed marker late in this hockey game. And no surprise, Casey and DeRousseau, who have haunted the Mooseheads all season long, they'll convert short-handed for Charlottetown. It's a 4-2 hockey game here in the third period. Well, 30 goals on the season right now for Cedric Desrousseaux. Just an unbelievable campaign for him. Just his 26th game of the year, 30-goal mark already hit. Vidicek, he's pressured back down behind the Mooseheads net. 17 seconds still remaining on this power play. Jones will fire it up ahead, or unable to get to that one as Trudeau will pick it off and carries it up toward the Mooseheads line, dumps it in. Gravel out of his net to play it. Left it there for Orr. He will wind up. Orr with some speed now out through center, and he'll fire this one in. Heads after it. Try to drop it off there. It was off the stick of William Trudeau. Now cleared away by the Islanders. Whacked at by Furlong. Loose pocket center. Payton's on it. Trying to work it rink wide for Justin Barron. He'll take it back inside his line. Ahead for Robitaille. It's dumped in. 95 seconds left. Payton down here in the Charlottetown end. He'll play it back to the line for Barron. A shot. And Robitaille looking for the redirect in tight. Liam Payton, some little pokes in there, and Felix Tremblay was just trying to freeze it up along the boards. Finally, it comes loose. Justin Barron spins, shakes LeBlanc. Gravel making his way off. Extra attacker comes out. Robitaille trying to work it toward the line, and Wynot had thought about playing it, but he had Boyd pressing, and Boyd shooting one wide of the Mooseheads net. The net empty. Wynot will have to be careful. Jammed on the brakes there as he had Elliott all over him. 50 seconds left. The pass up ahead for Desnoyers. Little move there. Nice one as he made his way past Stewart. It was shot wide. Barron will keep it in at the left point. Sends it down the wall. And now on it is Oliver. He'll hit Elliott driving toward the empty net, and he's able to steer it in. He'll score. And that will ice it this evening for the Islanders as they go up 5-2. Drew Elliott burying one into the empty net, and that is his 5th goal of the season. Just 33.9 seconds left on the clock here. Drew Elliott with goal number 5 tonight for the Islanders, and that will put this game on ice for Charlottetown as Landowski will take it back down into the Islanders' corner, sends it up the right wing side for Kieran Gallant. Over now for Beauregard. Beauregard to Virtue. He'll dump it in. Gravel comes out of his net to play it. Drop that one off for Davis. The Mooseheads will just clear it out to center. Plandowski back into his own end. It's played up the boards, off the wall, and Davis will chop that one out. And that will do it. 5-2 the final here at the Scotiabank Center this evening. The Charlottetown Islanders with a 3-goal outburst in the third period. That will propel them to victory here tonight, and that is win number 22 on the year for the Charlottetown Islanders. As Upper Tantalent's Jacob Gooby picks up his 6th win of the season here. Another win for Gooby against his hometown team. We'll be back to wrap it all up. Post-game show coming up here in just a few moments. One more time, 5-2 the final at the Scotiabank Center. The Islanders victorious here tonight. Mooseheads in action right back on home ice on Thursday night. Cape Breton Eagles come to town. As always, you can catch that game. You can listen to that game right here on News 95.7. We will take a break. The post-game show is next. You've been listening to Dartmouth Dodge Mooseheads Hockey on News 95.7.
Isles Radio is proudly brought to you by Domino's, Hunter's Ale House, The Factory Downtown, ADL, and Centennial Auto Group.
By all means, go ahead and compare Lincoln to